And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Planet Crafter. We're going to clear out our inventory a little bit. And then I think we're going to go explore the alien site. We're waiting for the miners to do a little bit of mining. So, part of that is we're going to want to bring along, effectively, a box of oxygen. And a little bit of water and food, which is what we got in the inventory. And off we go. Actually, let's check the message, right? So the message is saying... So I believe that's verticality, so it's negative 248 below sea level, so it's below the ground. 4293. Oh no, that's X. Never mind, that's not the direction I'm thinking it was. I'm still thinking it's that sort of direction, right? I think it's what we see on, if we look at the map here. I think that might be that spot. Let me go check that out. It's 280, negative 284, 43? As far as this direction I was thinking maybe it was. We'll find out in a moment. It's where I think it was. It might not be where I think it was. Yeah, not exactly where I thought it was. Pretty sure I think I know what it's referring to. Although knowing what it's referring to and being able to find what it's referring to are two different things. What I might do is I might fly... Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and fly back there. I'm going to write down the coordinates so I actually know the numbers I'm looking for when I'm not right next to the... message itself. Get some oxygen like so. Drink some water so we're not dying of dehydration. This is an interesting little alcove up here, although I think this is a dead end. Yeah, a little interesting. Nothing else up there. Well, nothing else out there yet. With the plant life on the planet, who knows what will change. Yeah, and from a process of waiting for terraforming index, we really need more power. I'm going to get more mines going. It would also help to potentially get some more options unlocked, so we're not just building more of the same old, same old. Okay, back in the base. Yeah, long way off from that. Not so far off from the fusion reactor, but I'm not sure if we have the inputs for that. Air filter... Actually, real close to the air filter. Might be able to do the air filter before we head out. Or when we come back. So clicking the button. So negative 2, 4, 8, 4, 2, 9, 3. Okay. See if we can find that place. Oh, so I guess the middle number is the height. And we've unlocked the air filter. And apparently reached trees level. So apparently the game is saying there may now be forests on the map. But I have not planted. Okay, so you need more positive on the third number, around about this negative on the first. Nope, there we go. This is definitely a new spot to explore. This may have been what it was talking about. Mushroom River. Discover the Mushroom River. Yeah, I think there's multiple ways in and out of here. This might be one of the other ways up. Yeah, I think this is taking us up into the volcanic biome. Let's get back into the Mushroom River. I'll set up the auction bunker temporarily. Got oxygen. Quickly disassemble that for its parts. Open Warden Altar. Okay, so this gives me key. Also gives me a new place to go. This is not the place we were being directed to, but we'll see if we can find the place it was trying to direct us to before we go too far. Okay, wrote that down for the future. Okay, so I think this is where it was directing me to come in. So 2... Oh, it's probably trying to give me directions to someplace on top of this. Based on the coordinates, right. So 248... 93, so is that... So north-south, okay, so that's degrees north and south. That's going to be west is positive. Although I didn't need that. Actually, I want negative, right? So I'm going to go east. Oh, oxygen level's low. There's a nearby box here, if I remember correctly. There's the box. Pop the box quickly for oxygen. So 248, and we want to go... We're in the negative, so we probably want to go west, right? So let's... I infer. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's probably telling me something about here. At least trying to. This might not have been exactly right. $93, 48, 30. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just trying to direct me to this point. Okay. So I think the big thing to find was the Warden's Key. So we've got given directions to a new location. I'm going to set up the bunker, or the box down. Actually, the box near the door, so it'll be a little easier to come back in. Just have that semi-visible on the map. Entranceway. Fetch a bit more oxygen, and we'll open a couple of the blue chests down there. Take the stuff along with us. clue if the water is dangerous? No, the water down here is not dangerous. It's funny color, but that appears to be it. Sounds like there might be an asteroid impact outside. Here's a chest. Take the contents of the chest. Here's another chest. Take the contents of the chest. We got another multiplier fuse. We got oxygen this time. Oh, we actually got the door where this thing goes in. So, push you in there. It opens up that door. Message. I believe that gets added to the machine, so we can go read that later. Or you can pause there and read it. Okay, so we got another place to find. 96. 6, 4, 6, 8, 1, 7, 4. I need to go run for oxygen, so we're gonna go grab oxygen first. We'll be back down here. Do some more exploring when we get back. Assuming I can actually get to my little box of oxygen. I think it was, did I? Might have flown past it. Here's the way up. Okay. Drop some of inventory. That's kind of fine. As soon as I didn't fly too far away, it should be the box around here. The box around here, yeah. Let's probably get auction. That's where we were trying to go. It just teleported us to where we're going, left some of our stuff behind. Okay, pop in here, get some oxygen. Then we go back down and explore. Oh, I was gonna leave make a box. Box for the slightly less valuable stuff, so we got plenty of inventory space. Anyway, back down exploring that secret area. Well, I don't think it's exactly secret. It literally gave us the directions to it, right? So shouldn't be that secret. Message. Okay. If you want to read that, you can pause it. I think that'll also be back on our messages list when we get back to base. Take the time to read it when I get back to base. So this is the room with the key and the location. Got another way down here. With an ancient alien spaceship. Trying to make sure I'm not leaving any randomly good loot behind. I think there's some loot in here. Another message. Said to leave our home soil. Okay. I guess there might not be any other loot in here. I'm really bad at finding in the corners. It is giving us a new place to go explore. It might even be the door we found earlier. Door, quote unquote. Take a quick look around, see if we can find any other chests before we leave. There's one. There was a way up into what I think was the volcanic biome. I don't think I need the obsidian yet, so I'm not worrying too much about it. Oh, it's warning about hydration level. Let's fix that. And then probably start our way back to our oxygen box so I don't run out of oxygen again. We are far enough along in the terraforming that I could probably build the breathing mask and then we would never need to worry about it again, but we haven't built it yet, so I have to worry about it. Gonna take all this? No. Take most of it, though. Not too worried about the osmium. We'll leave the osmium here. And I guess we'll leave the water here. Take the mutagen. Back to the main base. Or at least try to go back to the main base. We'll see how well I can reconnoiter back the way we came. I have to say the fog effects from the sandstorm is not making it necessarily easiest to traverse via. We got the autocrafter, okay. I think it's a little early to do much with the autocrafter, because we don't have bots to move stuff around. Looks like the sandstorm's clearing, just as we're getting back to base. Yeah, so we got the air filter, we got the autocrafter. Incubator's coming up. Uses great new insects. And that's actually what the next stage is insects. Fabric, osmium, double bioplastic, and a methane cartridge. Okay. Double bioplastic. Oh, it's in the advanced one. Yep. Double bioplastic superalloy, osmium, fabric, methane cartridge, fabric, methane is the other one. Osmium, blue stuff. And we do have a spot in our exoskeleton, so there we go. We're now, well, reduces oxygen consumption depending on level of terraforming. So we're not at the point where we get to ignore our oxygen requirements. I think it's reduced by 1/20th right now. I think normally it would have been -2 a second, instead it's -1.9 a second. Okay, we're definitely not ready for that. Although I don't think I got the stuff to really do anything with that, so that's fine. Okay, so the next thing we want to get set up, if we've got the bits for it, and I don't think I have the bits for it, that's maybe a different problem. Is another miner, right? Probably want to get the osmium mine going, so we need super alloy rod, so we need 8 pieces of super alloy. I've got 7 in the inventory. Did I have one left behind in the base? Yes. Okay, so I've actually got enough. The osmium. And aluminum. And 2 iridium rods, which we got from our exploring. Okay, let's go set up the... Oh, actually, no. We've got the osmium mine set up. I need to set up the sulfur mine. And then we'll start working on doing those fuse box upgrades. It'll probably be a little bit less decorative with our plant stuff. Try to put it all together to get the effects to overlap. Because the fuse boxes are oxygen and plants, which means we want the oxygen and plant maker to, well, our oxygen makers that are really good at this point are the plants, so we kind of want those close to each other. Oh, took the power offline. Got to account for power requirements. Got to account for the power requirements. Gotta go check out the uranium mine, see how much uranium we get. Probably not enough. We'll also probably set up some solar panels along the way. Iron, magnesium, silicon, aluminum. So silicon, take magnesium, take copious iron, take the cobalt. 2 things cobalt each, okay. So I think I'm just aluminum short for setting up 2 solar panels. It's probably going to be more than 2 solar panels to get the power online, so... It's the quickest way to want to go. I think it's actually this way. Making some trees. Although, obviously, the trees aren't growing right now because there's no power. drop by the aluminum mine, because that's what I need right now. Aluminium, aluminium. Oh, actually, what I need is power. Uranium would be even better than aluminum, but... Is the inventory. I'm gonna have to take a detour for water. I'm gonna have to take a detour for water. So there's like a peek and see how close we are on the power. That would involve a little bit of mental math. Looks like 6 of those, so quite a bit actually off. So next stop, the aluminum mine again. We'll try to get a little bit more solar going, and then we'll hit the uranium mine. I don't think there's enough there yet to get another nuclear plant going. Short and cobalt. The cobalt along the way, we'll pick it up and try to put up more solar panels. Cobalt and silicon now. Cobalt's pretty easy to see. The silicon might be a little bit more difficulty trying to find. And more silicon if we can find it. There's more silicon. Oh, we're at the point where we need aluminum. So we'll just fly to the mine. See what we've got as far as the uranium goes. Land. Grab it all. Activates. As we're flying through the aluminum biome, I might be able to pick some up. Set up a few more panels as we go. Game's still complaining about low power. Yeah. We're working on that. Oh, I'm also short on cobalt. I don't have the space for the cobalt. That's a slightly different problem. So I'll have to drop something to grab the second piece of cobalt. cobalt and 2 pieces of aluminum for the next one. Or 2 pieces of cobalt and an aluminum. Let's see if I can get it straight there. See if I can get my mouth to say what the brain is thinking. Oh, that's actually enough to get the power grid going again. Good to hear. Okay, and we do have enough, find a super alloy, to do the thing. Set the next power plant up. Which will delay us having to run around putting solar panels up again for a little longer. Short some water. Of course, the water hasn't, the power hasn't been running, so there's no water in that one. Okay, I think we're at the point in the game where I have to make do with food we've grown, which is beans. Bean. Okay. The next thing I want to set up is a couple of these machine optimizers, lots of explosive powder, more uranium. Okay. So I actually don't have enough uranium. I got 1 piece of uranium. Maybe shouldn't have set that power plant up right away, because I'm going to need it for other stuff. But... oh, the thing I'm going to need it for also uses power, so can't beat everything. Suppose we're waiting for the incubator here, right? That's the thing we need for insects. So it doesn't really matter what I improve as long as we're improving stuff. So yeah, probably working on those fuses. So we're looking for more uranium. Could also do with more explosive powder, more cobalt. Let's go hit up the super alloy mine, make sure it's empty. Yeah, might also be the next place we're set to explore. So we'll check that out. Oh, yeah. 964. Yeah, okay, so it was directing me to come here anyway for the next exploration. So in goes the key, which opens up the door. Okay, wooden altar, this time with no directions on it. Grab the key. Got what looks like bottomless pits. Another key. Again, no instructions on where to take it. Oops. You know, I think I need to go back to our box to get some oxygens. We'll be back in here shortly. We're in a no jetpack zone. Oh, maybe I'm not in no jetpack zone. Or game's ordering me. I'm low on oxygen. I'm like, yeah, I already deduced that was gonna be a problem. That was gonna be a problem. And here, in here, we're just gonna put all the alloy for the moment. Guess we find any nice chests. Yep, this is definitely a spot where there's no fly zone. No flying in here. There's definitely something up there. That's not the way up, though. Let's be over on that side where we were exploring before. Up the ramp. Oh, there's a couple holes in the ramp. Oddly quiet in here. Oh, that might be me being so used to riding around on the jetpack. Okay, we got another inscription. I'll have to remember to read those when we get back to base. There's our next set of coordinates. Okay. Oh, and obviously I should take the thing. Take the thing. So I've got coordinates where presumably I'm going to have to use one or all of those warden keys. Found. I think we're just going to trick ourselves off the building here because I have a shortage of oxygen and it's time to leave. Be a little bit disappointed in the amount of loot we got, but the exploration continues. Probably like running past some chest hidden like in the corner here, not realizing. We might not make it back to the oxygen this time. Because my oxygen box is just a little too far away. Yeah, at this point I think we just find a convenient location to come back and find it in a moment. Here we go. Let's make sure we actually got the oxygen before we go running back in and suffocating ourselves again. Okay, so I didn't take our warden keys away, so those are items that it won't drop. Good to know. Get the super alloy. Oh yeah, we can definitely see the trees are arriving. Got some trees growing up around the crash site there. Oh, you're new. Didn't notice you before. We'll come back for that. Yeah, the trees are up there. That might actually help with moving around some of the places up there, because we've probably got places where we can climb and such. Okay, put the super alloy away there, so we can find it later. Yeah, I think we are due, or I am due to put another part break in, so let's grab enough water so our character is not thirsty anymore. And I think we'll go ahead and put a part break in. So progress is coming along. I think the next sort of breakthrough where we get to do a bunch of stuff is 5. So we're at 3.05. So progress is being made. We've got the stuff. We've got more fuses, right? We got 2 fuses to install. Sorry, we got 2 more fuses to install. We got oxygen and plant. Really, those want to be next to each other, so we really want to get like 2 of these machine optimizers, which means I need 2 uranium rods. We've got 1, so I need to get another 6 uranium. I don't think that'll be that hard to do. And then we just found that one ladder down in the desert area. I think we're going to go explore that ladder early next part. So if you're watching on YouTube, that will be tomorrow's part. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here to get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we'll be back to record the next part. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.